Hello people, I am Sky Demolisher and welcome back for another From the Collection Fridays, a series where I take something from my collection and show it to you, my viewers. And this week it is my Clover Gundam. Now this was an odd find that I got from Trade Me about 7 years ago. I have never seen another one, and I struggled to find information about him before I bought him. He is of course in quite well used condition, so he is faded and all of that. Now I believe with Clover Gundams there were not very many of them made because it was a failure. Unlike Bandai's success with it, I think Clover came out with these things right when Gundam was first released, and it wasn't the big hit that they thought it was going to be, which unfortunately meant that the toy line failed, and then it got picked up later, basically from what I understand because of those Gundam play kits, the very basic model kits. People loved them and it just took off from there, and Gundam became this big cult favourite thing that's just completely changed the entire world. So this figure does actually come apart. He does have a firing shoulder cannon. I don't know how far it fires, so I will just turn. I've had him in storage because I don't want him to get too badly damaged or anything. He's already in pretty beat up condition. So he obviously came from a time where missiles that came out of the spring-loaded launchers had very powerful springs. So if you shot yourself in the face with this, it's probably going to take your eye out. It is actually a fairly well pointed missile. So that will actually hurt. He came with his shoulder cannon, the beam rifle and an axe, and I believe that this particular one was actually part of a box set. So there are other parts that go with him. Now if I spin him back to his back, you can see here is where the top torso connects to the bottom torso. Hopefully he doesn't topple because he is made out of die cast metal. He is very heavy. So as you can see in the middle bit here, there's a little bit of red, and if you know the original Gundam series you would know why that is. So if I flick over to the back and yank it out, you can see the legs go there, and fixed on the inside, if I just put them down again, fixed on the inside is this. So flick that out, flick those like that, and you have the jet. And then of course that all folds up again to connect into the base like so. And then you have your full Gundam. Now there is articulation at the knee there, but that is all it is. That is your only articulation, that tiny little bit of backwards and forwards. Came with very lovely stickers though. So if I just slot him back in, hopefully I get this the right way around. So there we go, you can see it just slots in like that. Gives you the back end. And then the top end is hollow like that. The missile just yanks off the top bit there. There were shields on both arms, so you can see this one is actually, both of them are actually busted I should say. There is articulation at the shoulder, that is just that, and the arm opens out like that, of course limited by the top bit there. The hands turn the whole way around and you might pick up that small bit of clinking noise. That is because they too are actually spring loaded, so they fire out. Can take a little bit to get them back in. So obviously the paint has washed off these and washed off his axe, and the axe is slightly damaged as well, just like his head. I don't think that pops out or pops in or anything, so you know, you can see the details for Clover on the back bit there. Paint details on his head are gone, so we'll just put him back down. Now this part attaches to the front of the, I guess it's like a tank spaceship bit. It should have a bubble bit up here, but it's missing that. And then of course you get this is where it's busted off one of the pins. You get the top bit there, you know, so you get a bit more of a ship thing. That pulls apart, and you can slot, I think this is the right way around, yeah, you can slot the legs in there. Do the same thing on the other side. Fold up his Gundam wings, and then you can attach him like so, which I don't really think he ever really did in the show, or not that I remember anyway. Obviously it comes with this little tank tread thing on the bottom, so I think that's right. The I believe the tank tread could actually be connected into this bottom bit here, and it would, you know, you could just push it along if that's what you wanted to do. Now I have to be careful doing this. The wings on the side do fold back, but like I said, die cast metal, so this is not the kind of thing you want to drop on a glass Lady Susan. All around, he's actually a pretty cool figure, for something that's, well, I think he came out in the 70s, so what would that make him now? Probably close to 50 years old. Not particularly, you know, young. And just while I've got it there, you can see that that will actually slide into there. And then I believe that there was another cone up here. Like I said, I bought it second hand, so it's a very, very well used condition. And well, I've got it here. You see the beam saber does, sorry, not the beam saber, the beam rifle. I might have said beam saber before too. Beam rifle does have the nice little targeting array and everything. It's very well done. He is a pretty cool figure. I believe that there were two different versions. So this one came with all these other accessories. Excuse me. And I think came with the shoulder mounted bit, and the other one I think doesn't have a shoulder mounted cannon. It's basically like the same kind of figure, but he didn't come with any of these add-ons. So I won't put them back together like I did at the start, just because, you know, fumbling around time. The only other thing I got with it was this. Now, I'm not actually sure this is part of him, so it's just there. It's just a handy add-on thing. So this is probably one of my most prized possessions, purely because I've never seen another one in New Zealand. I think I only paid like $20 for it, so I expected to lose out. And didn't really expect to get it. So when I won it, I was very, very pleased. And I hope to have him displayed properly at a later date. I know that this particular kit has actually been re-released. I think about 5 years ago. and I think it might have been part of a, was it Soul of Chokogun? Something like that line. And I'm pretty sure that was redone with all the die cast and everything too. So if it's something you're interested in, you might be able to find one somewhere. If you know someone else in New Zealand that's got one of these, I'd love to know. But until next time, please take care of yourselves. Like and subscribe, perhaps share it with your friends if you think it's something that they too would enjoy. Bye.